Today we will learn about actual and formal parameter. To understand this concept, I have written a simple code here. In this code, I have taken a class with name example. In this class, I have created a method with name add and I have given two parameters in it, int a and int b. Why I have created this method? Our intention is to add these two variables and print on the terminal window. So that's why I have written here a plus b and use the assignment operator to assign in third variable c. After that I have used system.out.println to print this. See here what type of thing I have written. Here I have written variable a. What it will print? It will print the value of a here. After that I have done the concatenation and written plus sign in double quote. What it will do? It will print plus sign on the terminal window. That's whenever it will print plus sign, then it will look good on terminal window. After that I have again written plus for the concatenation and variable b. It will print the value of variable b here. After that again concatenation I have done and equal to sign I have written here. Why I have written? Then it will look good whenever it will be printed. After that third variable c I have printed. So whenever it will be executed, suppose I am taking an example here, the value of a is 2 and value of b is 3. Then what it will print there? It will print at that place 2 for this one. Then this plus will be printed here. After that b is 3, then 3 equal to, then equal to, and it is the value after adding it from here c. So it will be printed 5. Then it will look good. That's why I have written this type of syntax here. So the work of this method is to add the value of given parameters. Whatever it will get here, where a and b, it will add here and it will print. After it, I will try to call it. So another method I am writing to call this method. Whatever we have seen in the previous video, according to that, I am writing here another method, void main. In this method, I will call this. So I am writing add here. What about the creating the object? That I have explained in the previous video. You can see, you can watch there and you can understand again if you have confusion then. I am writing add here, that means I am calling this method. Now we have to pass the value of int a and int b. That means two integer value we have to pass from here. So I am taking, at that time I was taking example 2 and 3. So I am writing 2 and 3. Then semicolon. Here I can take another values also. 2 and 3 I have written here. Sometimes it may be possible that you have to take the input from user. At that time you will use scanner class. But for understanding actual and formal only, so I am not writing a lot of code here. Simple code I am writing here. 2 and 3 I have passed here. So after that, closing the class. Whenever I will execute it, what will happen? At that time, this 2 and 3 will be passed here. At the time of the calling of this main method, when the pointer will come on add, pointer will come here and it will assign value of a as 2 and value of b as 3. So locally, then it will be here local variable. Locally the value of a and b will be 2 and 3. It will add here and after that it will print. Simply the concept is here. So in this concept, where is actual parameter and where is the formal parameter? Whenever we are declaring it formally, at this place, whenever we are writing the definition of the method, at that time it will be called formal parameters. Here int a and int b are formal parameters. These both are formal parameters. And when we will pass the value at the time of the calling of the method, at that time it will be called actual parameters. We are actually passing the value from here, so it is called actual parameter. So 2 and 3 are actual parameters here. These two. So these are the concept of actual parameter and formal. Whatever we will pass from here, it will be called actual parameter. Whenever we will define here, then it will be called the formal parameter. The number of parameters 1, 2, 3, 4, any. There is no limitation, and different type of data types may be there. Here it is int a, then it may be double b, it may be string, it may be character, any. So according to the requirement of the method, according to the requirement of the program, we decide what type of parameters will be there. After understanding actual and formal parameter, we will try to understand method overloading. It is a very important concept of Java programming language. By this concept, we will see the feature polymorphism here. What is the meaning of the polymorphism? Polymorphism means many forms. We know that. Whenever we will see many form of anything, then it will be called polymorphism. Now here we will see that. Here add is a method. Again I have written add method. There are two add methods, but different forms are there. In first there are two parameters, int a and int b, and the another one that there are three parameters, int a, int b and int c. That means method add is showing here two forms. In first it will add these two parameters, and in the another one it will add these three parameters. Whenever we will see two methods with same name but different parameters, then we can tell it is the concept of method overloading. We are overloading that method. Here we are overloading method add. Okay, so now we will try to execute this. So how we will call these methods? Now we have to understand this. So for understanding this thing, I am writing another method main. In this main method, I am calling these two methods. First add. In this add method, I am passing two parameters. And the another one, I am passing three parameters. So, when we will call main method of example class, at that time, first of all, it will call this add method. So, when the pointer will come here, it will see the parameters. There are two parameters, so this method will be called, not this one, because there are three parameters. This will not be called. It will decide with parameters. There are two parameters, so it will call this one. When the pointer will come on in this add method, at that time there are three parameters, so at that time this add method will be called. So according to the parameter, it will be called. This is the concept of method overloading. At the time of the execution of this program, we have to create the object of this example class, and with the help of that object, we will call this main method. But if we think that if we will not create the object and directly we will call main method, then one modification we have to do here. We will make this main method as the static method. In my previous video of static and non-static video, I have explained it. If you have confusion, then you can watch that video also. So, if we want to call this main method without creating object, so we will write static keyword before it. So how we can write that? Then we can write this one like this: static void main. So in BlueJ environment, we will call this main method without creating object easily. But whenever we will execute this program from command prompt, at that time it will create the problem, because if we want to call the main method from command prompt, then there is a fixed syntax of this: public static void main string args. So what we will write at that time? Then we will write it like public static void main. Public static void main, and in bracket string args. In any another video, I will explain about this, what is the utility of this and why this syntax is fixed here. But in BlueJ environment, if we will not write this one, and we will write static void main only, then it can be called very easily. So now I will not use this one, because when I will explain this, then after I will use this. So only static void main with the simple brackets I will use here. So I am rubbing this and writing static void main. If we create any method as static, then inside that method we cannot call any method like this. So what the changes we will do here? We will create the object of this class, then with the help of that object we will call this method. Now this code can be executed very easily. I have used because in the next concepts, whatever we will learn in Java, it will be used, and we will create the object every time, and with the help of that object we can call that method very easily. But if we are deciding that we will not write static in BlueJ environment, we will call the method with the creating the object by graphical user interface, then we can do, then this line we will not write, and this ex dot we will not write here, then it can be executed very easily.